Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Flux here, and welcome back to Rhinestone Island, and as you guys can see, we've done lots of work on our new little suburbia area over here, and of course our new outdoor shopping center. One of the most notable things I think that actually turned out pretty good is this new kind of like varying in height neighborhood area back here behind the big outdoor shopping center. I tried to use lots of these rocks through here. You can see kind of like along the cliff sides over here and down this way. And then, of course, also on the back side, which I actually really like quite a bit over here. I'm trying to really incorporate lots of rock work, and I really want to actually do this quite a bit in other parts of the map down this way and near the mountains, and actually hopefully have some more dynamic terrain kind of over here, because this area obviously is going to be pretty cleared out for the city itself and the expanding suburbs. But I think that as we get away from this area, we should have a lot more varying landscape and even, you know, some big natural things that kind of like obstruct the actual I don't know, cityscape, or in this case suburbia. So hopefully we can do that, kind of break up the monotony of I guess just suburbs and stuff, and get some more variety and everything. But let's look at what we did so far. So of course I already showed you guys the rocks and all that stuff, but we also went in here and we made lots of new buildings and some details for this little shopping center over here. So we have this nice little entryway with the trees and all that stuff, and then some rocks, some details, some foliage, all that stuff, and kind of just like nice little amenities and things nearby for this area. So the little swim club and the tennis club and this little hotel kind of thing over here. So that's what we have so far. But today's episode, I thought, why don't we go ahead and try to make a university over here? I actually went to the workshop, and believe it or not, there are really not that many university assets anymore. There were quite a bit actually before the After Dark update, but of course, well, first of all, they weren't actually that amazing. There weren't really that many to choose from, and you saw me use them in the Fluxtrance series, but now most of them don't work anymore, and I had to kind of go with what I could get for a university. And still, even with this whole selection that I've got here, we don't have that many buildings to choose from. So I'm kind of planning to work with hopefully a little more of a I don't know. It's still going to be a university, but not so much like a large-scale university, and more of a nicer, kind of smaller, not really a community college, because I want to have some on-campus housing as well with these dorms that I downloaded. So I think we'll do a little bit of a combination of it, to like a smaller university that will be servicing kind of these nicer neighborhoods and the neighborhoods surrounding it. And then on top of that, what I also want to do today is I want to think more about our train situation, because right now you can see from the last episode we do have lots of new metro lines coming around. We've got, of course, this one here that's going to go down and come in this direction and go down over here. This one's going to stop over here, and of course lots of other lines going in all these different directions. But what we haven't talked about yet is the train lines. So the train lines actually, let me just grab something. It's not a giant station. The train lines really don't have a lot of work done on them yet. So we have this one here, which just currently dead ends here and here. And we got this one over here, which is the same thing. It just dead ends over here and here. So what I really want to do with the train line is I want to use like the metros for kind of like going between cities and towns and all that stuff. But for the train lines, I want to have maybe like 1 or 2 lines total for this entire map. And the goal would be to have basically the train lines service pretty much anybody who's trying to get from one point to the other point. So we'll have the train, like maybe one train line that goes down here, cuts in through the town, comes all the way around this way and ends over here somewhere. And maybe like one more of it starts, I don't know, somewhere further up here and goes down into this part of town and then comes back down again over here, something like that. Basically just like a much broader, I don't know, a much broader line. So it's supposed to service much larger areas, and then from there they can get off and use the metros to get to their more specific destinations. So I think one of those stops should definitely be over here by the university. So I'll probably put one down over here, have the university over here, and start to kind of I guess continue these suburbs. But I also want to start breaking out a bit more and have maybe some more mountainous stuff through here and over here. You have like a small town over on this side or something like that. But so we'll get started with that now. and then we'll worry about the rest of the trains and stuff later on. But I definitely want to start thinking about where those tracks are going to go, because I want it to go through the suburbs above ground, and it's kind of hard to do that if you actually build the suburbs first. So I'll definitely be putting those down this episode. But let me, for some reason this thing got zoned strangely. Oops, did not mean to do that though. Let me go back a little bit. We are a bit more balanced in the RCI now. You can see we're actually doing pretty good. Not perfect, but not too bad either. Now, for this university, I'm trying to think hard about how we can do this and make it feel still like a campus without overusing any of the buildings, you know, more than we need to, because there's not that many of them. I don't want to use them too many times in a row. And I also want to make it kind of tie in with the rest of the suburbs. So, and I also want to use some of our different, like, we have a track and field thing over here. We have I think there's like a stadium somewhere, not a stadium, but like a football, yeah, like a Bantam football park, so much smaller football field for that. We also have some golf. I forgot about this stuff. We should probably put this thing down maybe over here in our smaller town or something like that. That'd be pretty cool to do. I'll keep that in mind for later. We have like a soccer field. So lots of things to work with here. That's for sure. And a library too. We could use a library. That'd be kind of nice. Alright, so why don't we start planning this thing out then? I kind of want to actually just bring this main thing here, make this kind of like the University Drive. So we could have this go up here. Like that. How many, how far was that? That was 3? Okay. So you could go 3 up and then have like a little loop or something. Yeah, let's try and do that. Let me think about this again real quick. I just don't want it to end up looking strange. I know that having this like straight cross here, I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll go with it anyway. I think it'll look good. So once we get to here, ooh, now I also want to keep in mind, yeah, let me back up a bit here. I definitely want to intentionally have some varying height here. So I'm going to go ahead and actually bring this up a little bit, just so we can have something to work with here. So I think this is going to be the highest point in the university, will be like 1 step up. And actually behind this is where I want to have the train station, I think. Maybe to the right over here. So let me just kind of pull this stuff out a little bit, move it over. And again, we can definitely shape this up better later on, but I just want to get plenty of room to work with for now. So we'll do something like that. All right. Then I'm just going to go ahead and make a hill from, let's see, we want to end like here. We'll start like here. There we go. Okay, awesome. Oops. Let me try to make this look better. There we go. So now we can do a nice little 2 more grid step like that. And that puts us at the right height. So let me go ahead now and grab our one-way. I'm thinking we do a little kind of like roundabout thing, but not necessarily a perfect roundabout. So maybe we'll do like an oval shape. Is that going to be too big though? Let's go 1, 2, 3. 3 by 3. Like that. That looks pretty good. There we go. 3 by 3. There we go. And reconnect. Awesome. Is that... Wait a minute. I think I miscounted here. That's weird. How did that happen? Let me just do the same thing I did on this side, but backwards. Oop, that's the wrong road type. There we go. And that way. Weird, how did that happen? I must have just counted wrong or something. Alright, well, that's right? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Awesome. So I think for this main part of campus, we want to use the big Ham University, I think. Oh, no way, it's offset. Wow, are all of these are like offset somehow. That's strange. Yep, all of these are not even numbers. That's convenient. Alright, so I went ahead and did a little bit of laying out of things after attempting a couple different times live to try and make a campus that I liked. I don't know, I mean, you saw me have some trouble with that initial build here, but just laying this stuff out was something I didn't really want to do on camera because I ended up spending a bunch of time being indecisive. So this is my final kind of original layout now, and obviously there's quite a lot more to a university or making it feel like a campus than simply putting down buildings. Obviously there's a lot of sidewalks and landscaping and all that stuff, so we'll do all that stuff and make this look much better. But here is the base layout. I've got, of course, the little station here at the top. This is going to be servicing, well, pretty much all of this area, but this is going to come down here, probably cross the highway at some point, and then reconnect over here to this one. And then the line should go straight through this station over here, and then move along this way, and somehow reconnect over here to possibly a different town down this way later on. But on top of that, we also have all the base buildings. I'm going to throw down the dorms over here in just a minute for all the freshman housing, and then I also want to have a good parking location kind of down this way, and then of course the athletics over here on this side. As you can see, I tried to use this big kind of like, it's not really like a roundabout at this point obviously, but it's just like a one-way street that moves along this way. I'm kind of anticipating having not a lot of street traffic on these roads. I'd imagine this to be more like a campus street, so we're going to have buses that come in this way and drop off at the different buildings. And then, of course, we also have all these walkways. This is like a pedestrian bridge and a bike lane bridge that goes over to these bike lanes and sidewalks along all these campus buildings. And then, of course, we'll have them connect over to the dorms and all the parking over here and the parking for the athletics on this side. So that's what we got so far. Kind of a mouthful, but so far so good. And I want to do a lot of detail work to make this look good, but we first need to definitely make the dorms work out and also and fit in with this, well, our train situation, which I should really think about here. Hopefully, yeah, we can get past this thing. It's not perfect. I wonder if I should try to maybe curve this a bit and then have it loop around. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. Well, let's see. I just don't like the angle that it's hitting this at. It seems kind of weird. But I suppose it's not a huge deal. In fact, like I said, I wanted to have lots of height variation, so maybe we can do some of that over here. Let me try a few things real quick. I also want to have some suburbs that move in this direction as well if we can, so maybe we can make that work. We'll see about that. And then I think I'll probably limit this connection to all that stuff and then have a new connection somewhere over here for more suburbs on this side. So it's probably actually for the best that this university is kind of cutting off these suburbs on this side. But anyway, before I do this, why don't we just go ahead and start working on the freshman dorms over here. So we have so far is this. Now I want to actually use this University Road as the turn off for the dorms. Now how big is the dorm building? That's the first big question. Okay, oh perfect. It's actually only two grids deep, which is good. So we could actually, let's see. I'm going to use the grass. That one looks kind of nice. And then let's see if we do a nice street. Wow, why is it? Oh, I see what's happening here. This thinks it's still underground. We need to do that a little bit so it's not thinking that anymore. Now let's go one up from here. That would let us put down the dorms and have a walkway behind them between that and the buildings on this street, which actually I think are going to be non-existent. So let me rethink that. I actually don't really want to do that. So what we could do is we could actually have some little roads that come in like this. That'll be kind of nice. Maybe we'll give it a bit of space first, and then we'll do something like this. Throw in the dorms on either side. I'm gonna go down a bit further, do the same thing over here. Have a bit of space between them. That's kind of nice, actually. So there are some dorms. I'll throw in a few. Oh, they actually fit kind of well. That definitely reminds me of a campus. Like, I like the little tri-dorm setup here. That seems to fit pretty well, and it leaves enough room for some landscaping and stuff, so it's not all just buildings all the time. And then I think I'm going to have it actually curve this way and then do some more dorms in this direction. So, let's see. If we go half and half here on this, we can make a 45-degree. And that actually works perfectly with this, since that's a 45 as well. I'm just going to go up. Oops, why did that happen? Why are these off like that? That shouldn't be happening. Let's try this again. There's the 45. It's a little bit annoying. I wonder if I upgrade the road types, if it would fix it. No. Okay. That's kind of weird, actually. I'm not really sure why that happens, but I think we can live with that. Alright. Anyway. So if we did this, continue with our little dorm plan here. Throw some more down over here. Okay, that's where our problem comes in then. Man, that's annoying. Oh, that worked. That fixed it. Awesome. So I actually like that quite a bit. I think that looks like a very nice freshman housing. And I wonder if we could use a different building type for the middle here. It's not really much to work with. That really sucks. I mean, this one kind of reminds me of a dorm. You know, that could work. I know I've already used this building a few times, but it does kind of remind me of a dorm. I don't think it's totally unreasonable to have something like this in the middle here. Yeah, you know what? I kind of like that, actually. Like I said, I know we've already used that building, but you know, it really does make these dorms feel a bit nicer, you know, because this building definitely gets a little old after a while. Okay, I can work with that for now. And having so many of those is a little weird, but I think we could cover up with the trees and stuff, and kind of, it won't be too noticeable once we have this whole campus kind of laid out. So that should be good. Now, I definitely want to have parking over here, though. That was what I was really thinking about. Ooh, I kind of like how this goes out to the street, actually. That's kind of cool. So if you lived in this one, you could probably walk straight out. And then I was thinking we could also use, maybe in the future, I might throw down some of these, I don't even know where they went at this point, but I like the big walls. Here we go. Here they are. The nice stone walls to kind of conceal this stuff, and then we could have a nice little suburb that kind of comes out this way. Alright, cool. And then let's go ahead and do the parking in the back here. I think that's probably the best place to put it. Ooh, okay, so now we should definitely think about how we're going to do this train situation. I wish this was just like a deeper station, but that's okay. Let's see here. So my original idea now to like elevate this doesn't really make any sense anymore, because the freshman housing is at a lower level, and it really would just kind of be weird at this point to do an even higher train station, because then the train tracks would go way up in the air, and that'd be pretty weird. I'm kind of imagining them kind of like going up over here like this, though. I just don't really know how we can connect this without making it look too weird. Let me try doing a bit of a curve here, actually. Maybe something like that. So I can always do curves here. It just seems a bit odd. Okay, wait, I got an idea now. I got an idea. This is gonna work. So we could do a little bit of like a park area back here, right? So if we get like a, where was it? It's like there's a very nice little fountain that I had earlier. See if I can find it real quick. Here we go. It's not animated, but it still looks pretty good. So I'll throw this thing down like so. Okay, that's nice. And then let's see if we can get this curve to kind of wrap itself around here nicely. So something like that. Actually, it does look decent. And then bring this one down again on this side. It needs to kind of follow the same arc if we can. Actually, let me just bring this one up and then we'll connect it straight. So there, and then boom. All right. So I'm imagining we use something to kind of hide the tracks that are going back here, and then we could do some walkways and things as well. So if we did like a, ooh, I think I actually can. Where's the clearance on this object? Ooh, nice. There's a bit of room, so we could actually use that tower advantage to get nice up close with this one. So let me try this instead. Let me get the snap tool going. Oh yeah, this object has a lot of Alright, let's try and get a decently perpendicular piece in here. Same thing with this side. That'll make it do a nice curve. Awesome. I actually like that a lot. It really feels like it's like part of this building now, the way that the cement connects there, which, you know, makes sense too. This is supposed to be like a, I don't know, what is it, like the musical, yeah, music conservatory. So you would assume. I mean, it's a little unfortunate that they have a train track directly behind them. Might get a little loud, a little bit distracting occasionally, but what are you gonna do? So I think I'm gonna do some like rocks and stuff back here to kind of distract from this, and a little bit later, probably in a later time when I'm not working live on this, so you guys don't have to watch me painstakingly do that. But let's think about the parking for now, and we'll come back to this. Is I wanna try and make a way for these guys to get up here that seems nice. I don't want it to just be like a single walkway. Maybe we'll have some gardens or something through here. Something like that could work pretty well. Let's go ahead and design a parking lot though. So I'll just go out a little bit for now, and then we'll grab our parking lot asset here. Where did that go? Oh, it was actually, I think it was way at the front here. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Now, let's see. Actually, better idea. Let's get a road going here first. Then we can bring it in this way. Okay. Actually not super sure about that. So obviously that's an option. Okay, I got an idea again. Let's try to bring this back around again. Make it a, there we go. A 45 there. And then we'll try and double up on the lots through here. That's nice. I like that. It's a pretty good amount of parking for the freshmen too. Although, it's a little far away. That's the only thing I'm kind of concerned about here. I don't know if I want to go all the way over here as well. Let me try something different. Instead of going out this way, what if we do something like this? So we get, I wish this was like the other way around. I wish this was like when you place it on this road, it would be horizontal instead of vertical. That would actually be really nice. Could definitely get what I want out of it, but that's okay. Okay, let me try something real quick. So if we do that and that, ooh, this could look good actually. Oops, that was one too short. I don't know why I thought that was right. There we go. We're too close. Even if we do that, it's like both ways. Man, that's tricky. I don't even know how to handle this. I guess that's not too bad, actually. Something like that. Could we do a double? Oh, we could. Yeah, I think that is a pretty good parking lot, and then I'll do some nice trees and things around here for some shade, and work with the train a bit too to make that look better. But I think that's probably our best option for parking at this point. So we'll go with that. That's good. Awesome. So let me move on then to the athletics so we can get that done this episode, and then I'll probably be doing a lot of detail work off camera. Not really sure yet. I've kind of played around in the past with trying to just like straight up do detail work on camera live and then kind of cut it up a little bit, but it seems like they're always just still not super exciting episodes. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments actually, if you like to watch me do like detail work, or if you'd rather just watch me do like infrastructure work, you know, working on like the the metros and the trains and all that stuff, or maybe you like just me working on the roads for suburbs. I don't know. Let me know what you like to watch most. Some of you guys really like the time lapses actually more than anything else, which is also cool. So I used to do roller coaster tycoon videos and things on games like that, where I literally just did like entire episodes that were time lapses and they weren't anything else. But I feel like this game doesn't really lend itself to that as much. It'd be kind of boring to just have that, I think. All right, so for our athletics center, we're gonna have to really plan all of this around the football stadium because it's pretty big. Or I shouldn't really say stadium. It's definitely a very small field, which again fits pretty well for this type of thing. You know, actually, I was originally kind of against the idea of doing this, but what if we had? Oh, too bad. Wait, hang on a minute. What if we did this? Then we have the football field here. We could give this road access through here. Let me try this. I'm just curious now. I want to kind of get it away from the other intersection, but what do we think about that? That actually kind of works. I kind of like that. Alright, so football stadium could go here, right across from this thing. And then we could have some soccer fields and things off on the other side. And actually, let's try and change the elevation a little bit, just for fun. Added challenge, I suppose. If we had some other fields up here now, I don't really know. I think I have like a baseball diamond still that I haven't put down yet. That's in, what is it, like this category? Wait, where is it? Here we go. College baseball stadium. So this could work up here somewhere. Yeah, we could do that. In fact, it actually would work pretty well right here, but it's just hard to... Yeah, nothing really connects there. I might make a little walkway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I actually enjoy this football placement because it kind of blocks any other, well... Yeah, it makes it hard to put anything else down. Let me try something different real quick. Alright, so if we delete that, I'm actually going to get this back a bit just so we can think this one through a little bit. I'm okay with this connection being here, but first of all, it might be better if it's a bit further down. So if it was, say, up here, maybe not there, but maybe up here somewhere. Could have it go in like 2, then have a little diagonal piece here that connects them. Let's see how this looks. Actually, really not sure about this, but we'll see. What if I just did this? That works, I suppose. Although we should definitely smooth out this road. Yeah, that might be too far anyway. Hang on a minute. So if we come out right about here, space already, oh, that's too close, that's why. Okay. So that's much smoother, and then we could do something like this. Yeah, I think I like that a lot better, actually. So then we're not so close to this, and we're also not making some weird turn last minute. And then what I'm thinking is we could have a parking lot down here. Actually, we'd have to do it a bit of a different way. Kind of like the idea of some trees. Alright, let's see how this baseball diamond fits. Just out of curiosity. Oops, that was the wrong one. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. If we did something like that. Ooh, that fit really well. I like that. So if we have that, what we could do is we could have this kind of go up in elevation a bit. Have the football diamond, the football diamond. Have the football field up here a little bit. Maybe at a different angle or something. Alright, so I decided to do a bit of work off camera to just kind of finish off this athletics area. Took a little bit longer than you might imagine, actually, just kind of trying to think in my head about where I want to have all the pathways and the railways and all that stuff. So it may look a bit weird right now without all the pathways and connections, but don't worry, I left a lot of space on this campus on purpose to be doing lots of pathway work and detail work and foliage and all that stuff to really bring this campus to life, make it feel more like a college campus and less like kind of just like a little complex of buildings. So look forward to that next episode. I'll definitely be doing lots of work on that and finishing up the college campus. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.